Hi everyone! This video is meant to analyze what happened on September 11 of 2001 and how George W. Bush had to do with this. This documentary was screened in 2004 and was directed by Michael Moore. In this documentary showed the different problems that happened in the United States from the election of George W. Bush to the forms of drugs used by the American Army.
This documentary shows how young people were recruited for war and how they present the idea of going to serve their homeland. It also shows some trade points that generate a different opinion and criticism.
This documentary shows how young people were recruited for war and how they present the idea of going to serve their homeland. It also shows interest points that generate a different opinion and criticism. One of the problems trade is the drive for the war of the young Americans as they show them the idea of the better future. On the other hand, as the young people of less resources present themselves to go to a war which isn't theirs because this war wasn't caused by national security, because this war was for economic interest. The young people were manipulated down advertising campaigns and they thought to go to the serve for love of their country without taking into account that they could lose their life or be left with injuries for the wildlife or because they thought it was their homeland. They only said, "Yes, I do for my country," in the present for the passport.
One of the most important and notorious problems of the documentary is the abuse of the power that the high commanders have among the presidents, senators, and the other politicians. In the documentary, it was possible to evidence the relation that had the ex-president with the family of Osama bin Laden and all the business that were handled in secret.
The principal problematic of this documentary is like the ex-president Bush. It manipulated the choices in order that it was proven being the winner, leaving the Afro-American people excluded from the votings, and as the Senate it was supporting it after not seeing the challenging to confirm the result of the choices.
The testimony that most caught our attention is that of this lady. As she says, she is more proud than the average people, since both her daughter and her eldest son are in the US military, and she says she is proud that her children there are, and that since her daughter was in the Gulf War, she always hoisted the flag every day without fail, and considers that her family and others are the backbone of the country.
For the group conclusion, our conclusion for the documentary is that there are many things we didn't know and that leave us a new thought because the reality live in the United States is a reality that we can live at any time in our country. The documentary generates a bit of shock over how the manipulation of President George Bush and his government is presented.
My conclusion is that this documentary is shocking, by the machination than the American government. The government created war with economic interest. This war generated many deaths of the people of those countries, like American soldiers. Many families lost everything and lost loved ones. It is very sad, as corruption and raping more money generate a meritless war.
My conclusion to this documentary is that not everything they tell us in the news or in the big chains is real. They often use the means to manipulate the population in any way, or as it says in the documentary, to spread fear and confusion to have a total power over people. So it is necessary to not believe everything they say and investigate by different means to get to the truth of things.
For my conclusion, I can say that the country, in spite of 9/11, the President Bush inculcated the fear between the whole people of his country to achieve that the people act as he would to like, manipulating people as his whim, creating a climate of constant threat. But what really happened was the attack to Iraq and the attack to innocent